Bring some love onto the scene. Welcome to the fundraiser. Let me just kind of get set up, and that'll give people a chance to see that we're live. I want to welcome you to my living room. This is where all the living happens. So we'll give people a little time to show up. So I'll gab for a while. You know, I'm good at that. Say hello to one another. There's a few reasons that I'm doing this tonight, and one is that we need a break. We need a break from the drama, like the Snoopy. Snoopy, gotta have Snoopy. We need a break from the chaos and the drama, and what we know for sure is that through the times of the greatest darkness, especially politically in the history of the world, it is the artists who have led the way, so I'm doing my part. So tonight, I'm going to take an hour or so to share my songs with you. And I have several of these songs that are recorded, and some are not, but I'm working on it. And this is a fundraiser, and so that's another reason that we're doing this. As we well know, that we don't live in a country that like we used to live in, where we could just freely say whatever we wanted and we could go, it's a free country, right? It is a free country, but we're gonna have to fight for our freedom, full-on freedom, to come back as the forces that be try to wrest it from us. But we're not gonna let go. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come together. So, a little bit about the song I'm about to play called We've Got to Come Together. Thank you for being here. For some weird reason, your at with your handle is showing up. And I'm not sure like why that is. Sometimes YouTube does that. So, thank you for putting my info up. Yeah, I'm not really sure why that happens, where rather than saying your usual handle, it's at. So the forces that be, that are attempting to convince us that we can't be free and we have to be under their authoritarian rule, cannot stop art from happening. The authoritarian powers that be cannot stop expression from happening. Our job is to stop the suppression and to keep on creating and keep on expressing. So the song that I'm about to play for you, a lot of you have heard before. I've posted it several times. I do have this one recorded, fortunately. It's called We've Got to Come Together. And let me tell you the quick story of how this song came to be. I was wanting to do a little weekend getaway, and I decided to go to one of my favorite areas, which is Saco, Maine. Anybody in the house from Saco, Maine? I invited you guys. And I found this retreat center, and they had on their schedule, there was an event that was happening over the weekend, and it was hosted by an organization that calls itself Yes. It also calls itself The Jam, and I had never heard of it, but it happened to be happening at this retreat center in Maine, at Ferry Beach Retreat Center. And I decided to inquire about it because when I read about this group that was organizing this, it was right up my alley. It was people that work in social awareness and want to make the world a better place. And it's an international organization called YES. And I filled out a questionnaire and gave them an idea of how much I could pay. There was a tuition fee for food and everything and lodging. And they came back and they were like, we'd love to have you. So I had a great time with these people. It was right around the time that sadly and tragically there was a shooting in Gloucester, Maine. So that was like 2023, I believe. And so people were feeling really wrecked, but because it was in Maine, a lot of people were from Lewiston area, and we were kind of raw and fragile, and we really did come together. And during that weekend, I sat down with my guitar. The best songs are the ones from my experience that just come out like. And this was one of those. Thank you so much. I'm almost forgetting this is a fundraiser. Thank you for your generous donation. I do have tip jars in the description. I think everything's there. PayPal is my email address. AnnetteDion7@gmail.com. Look, I'm trying to play harmonica and it's empty. It's been a while. Everything's falling around me. Fog so thick I can barely see. Everyone's giving up, feels like we've had enough. No one is really connected. We act like we are all set. Inside we're drowning in sorrow, it'll come to an end. When we come together in every kind of weather, we get stronger by oh so much more when we're all joined as one. But be like a wave that's crashing, driven by divine passionate action. We've got to come together and this world will be saved. Whenever there is a challenge, we turn our doubt into courage. There's nothing we cannot do when we are guided by the Lord. Give not into temptation, our faith is helping our patience. Reaching out into space and throughout all the time. We've got to come together in every kind of weather. We get stronger by oh so much more when we're all joined as one. We'll be like a wave that's crashing, driven by divine passion and action. We got to come together in this world to be saved. We've got to come together in every kind of weather. We are stronger by oh so much more when we're all joined as one. We'll be like a wave that's crashing, driven by divine passion and action. We got to come together in this world to be saved. Come together in this world to be saved. We've got to come together in this world to be saved. We've got to come together to save the world. Thank you for your donations. As I mentioned, there is a tip jar in the description. And I'm going to push memberships in a little while, just like PBS. This is a viewer-supported channel. We're going to defeat the freaking algorithm. Right? The damn algorithm, whatever the hell that is, nobody really has explained it to me. But I hear it's a problem. The next song, Kathy's been a member for 32 months. Thank you for your support. Memberships aren't just monthly donations that you get nothing in return for except knowing that you support this channel, which is lovely. But it's not just that. With a membership, you have access to all the videos that I'm always in the process of creating. They're teaching videos. I'm teaching you everything that I've learned and then some. I'm always learning. We're always learning something, right? The most recent series that I'm recording is, as far as the presentations that are accessible to all members at any level, is the 10 most important things that I learned from Sadhguru. And I am going to play a song that I wrote for Sadhguru back in 2019. I'm going to play that one for you. You can probably relate it to spiritual teachers that have inspired you. I'm going to play a song now that I wrote many years ago when I had just moved back from Nashville back to my hometown of Gloucester, Massachusetts. That's where I am. And presently at the location that I am in, I literally watch the fishing boats leave port and come back, and I've written some songs about that too. Really appreciate your generosity. This is how I beat the algorithm. We do it together. So this is a song that I wrote when I just moved back from Nashville, and it was a winter night, and they were predicting a snowstorm. This might have been in 2002 or 2003. And I was on my way to a friend's house. We were going to record a song. He's a songwriter too, here in Gloucester. And I was stopped at a stoplight, and I noticed that there was a little break in the clouds, and there was a full moon, and the moon was shining through. And there I was thinking, oh, there's a big storm coming. But look, there's a little moonlight shining through the clouds here. How cool is that? And all of a sudden, like songwriters do, I was like, I need to write a song about that. So the song title is I Think I Saw the Moon, and it's about in the midst of the darkness, sometimes the moon shines through. Gives you a little hope. I think I saw the moon shining down its light. I was riding all alone on a cold and cloudless night. And after all this time, and all that I've been through, I thought I was blind, but I think I saw the moon. I think I saw the moon. I had lost my way, was flying on the wind. All I could see was gray, and everything caved in. But I'm coming up for air, one moment too soon. It be getting clear, 'cause I think I saw the moon. I think I saw the moon. I didn't expect that I would see her yet in that blackened sky on this lonely drive. She broke through as I was reflecting on you. She brought me back to remind me that I thought I was gone, covered by the storm, abandoned by the sun, and I could shine no more. But I caught a ray of hope, it's finally coming through. It's been coming slow, but I think I saw the moon. 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 Oh yeah. I think I saw the moon. I think I saw the moon. Oh yeah. I think I saw the moon. Sometimes nature brings us a little bit of hope, often. Which makes me think of another song. Thank you. and with the same sentiment. And it's called What We Don't Know. And I'm trying to think of a key. All right. Are y'all gonna raise a glass with me? Got my fake beer here. I don't think I need a harmonica for this one. In fact, I don't really need harmonicas. It's been a while since I've really had a gig or anything. So, welcome. I'm getting back on the bandwagon here, literally. Hang on, I'm gonna grab another type of guitar pick. Hang on. I appreciate you spending your Saturday night with me. I know you had other things that you wanted to do, but you chose to be with me, and it means the world. I know you were gonna go on a date, or you're gonna go to the movies, or you're gonna go hang out with your friends, or you're gonna go clubbing, but you chose to be here with me. Yep. Hey, why don't you text a friend? Tell them to tune in. Maybe they might be watching the news. We don't want that right now. It's a mystery to me how an oyster can turn sand into a pearl, how a rainbow opens up a whole new world. Don't think I will ever see what makes the tears well up from deep inside. When I hear the canyon echo in my cry, we might not figure out what this life is all about. Oh, it's like the maker is putting on a show. Though we haven't found what keeps this world spinning around, there is comfort in what we don't know. Pray that I will always feel my heart being warmed by your sweet touch. How a newborn baby fills me up with love. And the power so real, sharing in the sound of a humpback song, and the peacefulness of silence still and strong. Might not figure out what this life is all about. Oh, it's like the maker is putting on a show. Though we haven't found what keeps this world spinning around, there is comfort in what we don't know. The miracle of life is all around us. That is when the love around us shows. Might not figure out what this life is all about. Oh, it's like the maker is putting on a show. Though we haven't found what keeps this world spinning around, there is a comfort in what we don't know. There is a comfort in what we don't know. There is a comfort in what we don't know. Comfort in what we don't know. Sometimes the mystery is comforting. I'm going to move over to the piano. And please let me know if there are any Wi-Fi issues at all so I can fix them. So just bear with me. I'm going to kind of go back and forth. So this is my living room, and I have the luxury of it's quite big. And I managed to fit a grand piano in. Which, I'm going to tell you a little manifesting story. Several years back, I was thinking that I really did want a piano. I wanted a real piano. And I was making do with a keyboard that I had, an old keyboard. And I just decided I'll just make do with what I have. But I had it in the back of my mind, like I always did, if I didn't have a real piano, that I really wanted a piano. And one day, like just sort of window shopping, I went on Facebook Marketplace, and lo and behold, there was a free piano. And I thought, there's got to be something wrong with it. Why would a piano be free? So I reached out, and this woman said, yeah, we'll just come and take it. It's not cheap to move the piano, but it was just for the moving cost, we just wanted it out of the way. It was a COVID piano. It was like, during COVID, a lot of people had lots of ambitions to do things that they had been meaning to do for a very long time, like make sourdough bread and catch up on their old, reading and everything. Hang out with their kids, watch movies. And so this couple had purchased this piano. And after a few years, they weren't playing it. They decided that, it was just in the way. Maybe they couldn't get the hang of it. So what's that saying? One man's trash, it wasn't really trash, but is another's treasure. A friend, a very close friend, was generous enough to give me the money to get the piano professionally moved. And I ended up with what's called a Charles Norris piano. It's about probably going on 80 years old, maybe older. And it's a piano company that was out of the Boston area where I am. And so what I learned was that if you just think about something that you want, but you don't get too freaked out about not having it, that's the best way to manifest. So thank you, universe. I'm going to move over, and you'll just see this, and then I'll move the camera over. Hang tight. Get a cocktail. Text someone. I'll just be a minute. Move this down a bit, and we'll... Oh, you're very close. All right. Here we go. Those of you that attend Church of Spirituality, you know that this is my setup. Those of you who don't, you maybe might want to check it out. There's lots of inspiring readings and sermon and all that good stuff. I'm going to play a song for you that I wrote many years ago, and we are in a tough time in the United States, and it's about another tough time in the United States when we were at war. And the story of this song is that through the years I had met several, just growing up, people who had fought in Vietnam. And I know that we heard that war is hell. Somebody said war is hell. Darren the other day mentioned it. One of the Union generals said that during the Civil War. So I met this person who was dating one of my relatives, and he had a really bad time he had come back from the war. I think he had several medals. He had saved people's lives and stuff, but he had a really rough time of it, got addicted to heroin, and was telling me about Vietnam, and he was just telling me it was just hell. And talking to him and other people who had been in the war, in the front lines, made me really think about what it was all about. And so I wrote a song called War is Hell. This is on my record. I thought I had revamped my my website, but some of these songs are available and they've been really well recorded, and this is one. And I'll give you some more information about how you can have it a little bit later. This is War is Hell. He wore it like an extra stripe, a past wartime tattoo. If you ask him what those days were like, well, he'll get a hold of you. He might say it was before your time, like nothing you know. We were walking over landmines, the country listened on the radio. So much weight on our shoulders, so young to have to die. Our hearts grew brave and colder, just trying to survive. We shot at brown-eyed people, not too different from ourselves. Tried to believe they were evil, held back the tears when our friends fell. What did we learn in all that time? War is hell, war is blind. War is hell, war is blind. Came back here so many years ago, a dark Sunday in July. When my feet hit my homeland, I hung my head and cried. The silent stares still haunt me, the accusations and the lies, and the thousands of lonely soldiers left with too few caring eyes. What did we learn in all that time? War is hell, war is blind. Oh, war is hell, war is blind. Half my life I have tried to understand how we couldn't see the spirit in each man. War is hell, war is blind. Oh, war is hell, war is blind. let's take a moment of silence to think about the soldiers that are in Iran. Thank you. Next, I'm going to play a song that is kind of like my "You've Got a Friend," and it's called "I Will Be There." So, just to kind of preface it with, I know that there are so many people that are lonely. We all feel lonely sometimes, but loneliness is an epidemic. It's at epidemic levels. The statistics say that 1 out of 2 people in America report feeling lonely a lot of the time. And there's a song, I'm not remembering who wrote it. I'll have to look it up, called Have a Little Faith in Me. And the thing about being a songwriter is this happens often. You hear a song and you go, ooh, that's a great idea. I want to sort of riff off of that. So I call this my, kind of like my Have a Little Faith in Me and You've Got a Friend sort of song. If you need me, please believe me, I'll look out for you when the sun is setting, when it feels like there is no one left and you're stranded. If you try me, if you're lonely, I'll make time no matter what I'm doing. So don't you ever think about losing your courage. I know what love is. I'll be close by. I'll wait for you. When it feels like this whole world just doesn't care, I will be there. I will be there. I will be there. If you're standing and you're shaking, I'll hold you up till it feels steady. I won't let go till you feel ready, and it's alright. I'll give you my whole life. I'll be close by. I'll wait for you. When it feels like this whole world just doesn't care, I will be there. I will be there. I will be there. I will be there. Thank you. So while I'm at the piano, before I move back to that other chair, the Snoopy chair, I'm going to play a song for you that we recently recorded, but it's not quite done yet. Hang on. So I have this wonderful PA here behind me that donations from Church of Spirituality helped me to purchase. Also, donations helped me to get the piano tuned, so, you know, we help each other. I recorded this song and hadn't really planned to record it until we lost yet another fishing boat the end of January. And so a couple weeks later, I went into the studio and recorded this, and it's called Love Won't Say Goodbye. And I literally wrote it about the perfect storm, the story that became famous about the Andrea Gale, which we lost in 1991 in a big storm. So I did record this, and the thing about my lovely PA here is that it sort of doubles as like a karaoke machine, which I didn't know until just a little while ago. So I think I'll play it, and I'll sort of have this, you know, as support in the background. It's called Love Won't Say Goodbye. When the night is dark and lonely, I can feel you by my side. In my dreams you hold me till the morning light. I see you, feel you, breathe in your life. And in my mind you always survive. Love won't say goodbye. Love won't say goodbye. Though I feel lost without a harbor, without safety in your arms, my heart reaches farther than this storm. See you, feel you, breathe in your life. And in my mind you always survive. Love won't say goodbye. Love won't say goodbye. When stars fall all around me and all the tides have turned, we'll meet across an unknown space and time. And I'll see you, feel you, breathe in your life. I know we forever survive. Love won't say goodbye. Love won't say goodbye. See you, feel you, breathe in your life. So anyway, kind of conked out, I don't know why. So, let's see what's going on here. Energy never dies, it just changes shape. Yeah, so we recorded that on February 10th. That's my friend George on guitar, but I wrote it on the piano. I'm going to go back to the chair. Thanks for being with me tonight, and thank you for your donations. Have I mentioned that with your membership, you get all kinds of teaching presentations? You can learn how to be a psychic. You can learn how to read the tarot, how to be peaceful, how to use a pendulum, 40 days to releasing religious guilt. That's a good one. I mentioned the 10 most important things I've learned from Sadhguru. There's a list, so check it out. Don't know why that conked out of me. Is Mary in the house? Is Mary Harpley in the house? Mary, are you in the house? The globe looks like it's glowing. Well, it kind of is. It's my way of sending light to the world. I have a globe. Mary's in the house. The reason that I wanted to know if Mary Harpley was in the house is because it's her birthday. And Mary and Victor, her husband, live in Connecticut, and we've met a few times in Salem. So here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mary. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Raising a glass, and many, many more. And happy birthday to all the other Pisces in the house. Are you having fun? My birthday is December 9th, and I actually, speaking of it being in the studio, I was in the studio that day, and it just happened to be on my birthday that I was recording, and then later I went to this club in town there's some really great musicians where I live, and I walked in and unexpectedly, Georgia was playing guitar in the studio with me, was also playing at this club, and I walked in and all of a sudden he's like, somebody has a birthday, and I really hadn't done anything all day because I don't do anything for my birthday really. So then the whole bar celebrated my birthday with me. It was so special. So it really is, it is special. We act like, oh, it doesn't matter, it's my birthday. But when people recognize it, it's really special. We're all kind of like little kids at heart, right? This song, I have a couple of songs about the hardships of war. This one, I have to tell you the story of how this song came to be. Back in 2006, I was reading a magazine article about this young woman named Marla Ruzicka. And I read this article, and what she did was she lived in California, and she was really obsessed with helping. And she had taken it upon herself to go over to Iraq and Afghanistan during the war. And she was really obsessed with helping the civilians. And she did. She appealed to the United States government at the time, was George W. at the time. She appealed to the United States government to pay for the damage that they had done that the United States had done to the villages and the civilians there who had just really lost so much. And it was an amazing article. Marla Ruzicka. She was 26 years old, and she was doing all this work and helping all the people that she could in Iraq and Afghanistan. Brave woman. And sadly and tragically, one day she was heading to, I think she was in Baghdad, and she was driving to the airport to meet up with somebody, I think somebody from the United States that she was kind of doing this with, who was helping. And a truck pulled up behind, and on the same highway she was on, and it was a suicide bomber, and her car exploded and she died. And I was reading this and tears were running out of my face, and this song came. It's called Marla. 1 second. Be cool. Something sounds kind of off. Live performance. She was an angel in a war zone, so far from her home, yet so close. All alone in a country with so many needs, so little hope. Hey mother, are you looking down from heaven? Is there something that you left for us to do? Are we taking too much more than we are given? When you face the truth, what a way to be living. Maybe it's a crazy decision, but I am sure can't turn away from all the damage that's been done anymore. Hey mother, are you looking down from heaven? Is there something that you left for us to do? Are we taking too much more than we are giving? When we face the truth. Hey mother, are you looking down from heaven? Is there something that you left for us to do? Are we taking too much more than we are giving? When we face the truth. Was a mother to the children, help the people rebuild and to believe. Be a day for rejoicing when we raise up our voices and be free. Hey mother, are you looking down from heaven? Is there something that you left for us to do? Are we taking too much more than we are giving? When we face the truth. Was an angel in a war zone, so far from her home, yet so close. I did manage to reach out to her family. I'm trying to think of the name of the organization that she founded. It was called maybe Coalition for Innocent Victims in Conflict. It was called Civic. So you're out on a date night, Jackie said. But I did hear back from, I think it was Marla's cousin, and he said, I don't know who you are, but we just listened to that song about 6 times and we just can't even believe it. You never know who you're going to touch. So, where do we go from here? It's been an hour. Gonna let you know that the presentations that are available to you for the low cost of $7.99 a month or more, if you feel my channel is worth more, there are higher levels. I do have a level that's $250 a month. That's a patron level, and that's for people that are wealthy and that feel like I'm worth it. I just thought I'd put it there. But you do get lots of teaching, and it's not available anywhere else. And I don't know of any other YouTube channel that gives you as much as I do in exchange for your membership. So really, you're actually purchasing the presentations that I have. And if you don't know, all my membership videos are under the memberships. And you're also invited to a once a month psychic party that when there's a Sabbath, which is like a celebration time, I do the psychic party right around that. And in February, it was a full moon, and it was Imbolc, which is the very beginning stirrings of spring. So we did celebrate that, and the next psychic party for members will be on the vernal equinox. I think it's the 21st, whatever's closest to the Saturday that's closest to the date. So, and also with that in mind, it is daylight saving, so we're going to have more daylight. Clocks go ahead at 2 a.m. And remember the days that you had to reset all your clocks, but the iPads and iPhones do it automatically, which is really a good thing. I hate it. I hate the time changes, but I do like having more light in the day. It's going to help us to be more up in the face of what we're facing. So we gotta keep the faith, everybody. So, I don't want to keep you too long, so I'm going to close with a song that I wrote called New World. And we'll do this again sometime. Thank you for being here. Now, when I get my website, Annette Dion Music, up, I'll direct you to that. But my songs are available on YouTube. And the quick story of the record that I was able to record called I Feel You is that I have a friend. I have generous friends. A friend that I never see anymore, because she actually moved to Tennessee. My friend Tina, she was able to, many years ago, help me to get my songs recorded. And by very serendipitous circumstances, I recorded a lot of the songs on my record called I Feel You. That's the title track. I ended up recording a lot of it here, but a lot of it also in Nashville. And I was able to work with the creme de la creme of musicians who had played with Grammy Award-winning artists. I mean, it was crazy lucky. So the problem with being a singer-songwriter or musician in today's world is that corporate has taken over the music and has made it virtually impossible to make any money on music. The only way really to make big cash as a musician, as an artist, unfortunately, is to be on tour. So there are a whole lot of artists, there are a whole lot of musicians that are awesome that aren't being heard. And it's a very sad thing. I literally have been talking for years about starting a collaboration group called Save the Songwriter. And I've been talking to various people about it. Nowadays it's hard to get people to commit to a time and a day. But wherever we can, we have to push the arts. We have to promote the arts. Artists save the world. Not that other people can. Will that change the way music is being? Will it change the way that music is being heard? Yes, absolutely. You notice, like, a while back, what people listened to went from lots of singer-songwriters to what's cheaper to produce. Well, there's not much that's cheaper to produce than rap, because it's all techno, right? So you don't have to pay any musicians. And that's what happened. Corporate wants the most for the least amount of money. So I'm gonna wrap it up with a song called New World. I hope it inspires you. The first verse is about explorers. I thought Christopher Columbus when I wrote the song, but there's a lot of bad vibes around Christopher Columbus. So the first verse was about him. The second verse is about Jesus, and the third verse is about us. It's called New World. I have sailed upon these mountains with my faith into this land. Hasn't been many others who could explore the way I can. I am a man of unconventionality, living on the edge of this reality, and I'm here to lead the way. It is clear you'd be afraid. New world out there waits. New world out there waits. Reached upon this mountain and people knew me well. I told them heaven can be found if we only look inside ourselves. I'm a man unconventionality, living on the edge of this reality, and I'm here to lead the way. It is clear you'd be afraid. New world out there waits. New world out there waits. New world out there waits. You can follow all the others or discover a new way. Take some risks and find our courage on a new road to pay. We can stand for unconventionality. We can live on the edge of this reality. We can be here to lead the way. It's clear they'll be afraid. New world out there waits. 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 Thank you for your memberships. Have we gotten any? Did I get any new memberships? I hope you consider it. If you're thinking about it, it's worth every penny. It's been fun to have you in my living room. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Let's do this again sometime. I was winging it a little bit, but I think we pulled it off. And you've inspired me by being present tonight. You've inspired me to do this again. So thank you very much. I will see you online. Tomorrow we have Church of Spirituality. If you haven't attended, I'm going to say this about it. It will help. It will help to inspire and uplift you and to feel like anything is possible. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thumbs up and hype, please. And thanks for your donations. I did pretty good tonight. I'll do it again. All right. Namaste. Be well.